English shorthand, lower grade, 80 words per minute. Tamil Nadu speed papers, October 1950. Please get ready. Start. Friends, it is both an honor and privilege to me to say something on this occasion. When I was approached to take part in this ceremony, I felt very happy, and then when I thought that I had to say something, my difficulties began. Not that I am not used to say various things at various places, but it is always difficult to speak about an intimate friend and colleague. One cannot speak casually about our Governor General. One cannot speak in a formal manner, nor in too intimate terms in a public speech about anyone. However, it is a pleasure and privilege to me that you have associated me with this function. For the last 28 years, I have been closely associated with Rajaji, and we have faced many crises together, many difficulties and problems. We have sometimes differed from each other and have parted company on the political field. Again, we have met to cooperate and work together. So, when I think of him, I hardly think of him as the Governor General of India, but rather as a close colleague with whom I have worked for all these many years. It was a peculiar satisfaction to me that by Rajaji becoming the Governor General, that close association continues in a different form. I must mention to you now that in the course of these 28 years, occasions had arisen when we differed somewhat from each other. We did not see eye to eye, and we felt that in regard to some important matters, our approaches were different. I do not know if that difference in approach may not be clear now or in the future in regard to any matter. Indeed, when thinking of working together, it does not mean that we should agree in everything or that there must be no difference of opinion. Inevitably, there is always a difference of opinion between one individual and another. But if there is a basic agreement concerning objective and method of approach, and if there is certain confidence in the honesty of purpose, then the difference of opinion does not count very much. Even if they differ, it does not do injury to anyone, whether Rajaji disagreed with us or very often agreed with us. He brought a very keen and clear mind to bear on every question that came before us. Rajaji is a person of strong and firm beliefs. You know, he was very much influenced in the early years by Mahatma Gandhi. He accepted basically Mahatma Ji's approach to various problems. Nevertheless, at no time did he become a person who simply accepted anyone's dictum, even Mahatma Ji's. His faith in Mahatma Ji was great, but he never allowed his mind to slip away. Whatever happened, he came to his own conclusions. I must say here that very few persons there are in India with whom I should like to discuss any intricate problem or issue more than with Rajaji. I do not know if after a discussion with him I would agree with him or not, but I am quite sure that a discussion with him would do good. That is the type of a keen mind. The mind of a person of the highest honesty and self-sacrifice. That I say is a very invaluable asset to a nation. The district manager of telephones, Madras. Dear sir, I write to report that I am having difficulty with the instrument that was recently installed at my office. I often get the engaged ring when I dial other people and find out later that their telephones were not engaged at the time it was ringing, but were obviously in good order. Since they later received other calls, I also find that I get many wrong numbers. I have already hired an engineer here, but he has unfortunately not remedied the defect. I feel sure that you will readily understand the inconvenience caused in a business office when the telephone cannot be relied upon. I have hesitated to take the extreme step of writing to you to make this complaint. However, I believe that I have received a faulty instrument and that it is a matter that cannot be decided upon by your engineers who deal only with small adjustments. Finally, may I ask you to give your earliest attention to an application made by me for an extension to my office telephone. I filled in the necessary form some 4 weeks ago and I received a formal acknowledgement, but that is all. I should be very greatly obliged if you would be so good as to give me some idea of the length of the waiting period. I know that there is a shortage of instruments. Yours faithfully, S.R. Gopal.